Hello all and welcome to the Texas Government 2020 Spring Non-Standard course that you'll be taking with me for the next 5 weeks. My name is Benjamin Malone. I will be your instructor. And so I just wanted to begin with a little video of the course just to kind of get you rolling because we do not have very much time to spare as we will only be together for the next 5 weeks. Now, everything that we do in this class will be on Canvas. It will be asynchronous in format, meaning we will not meet live anywhere, anytime. It's sort of a work at your own pace kind of situation. So in order to find my course, you should be enrolled already. If you're watching this video, you've probably already navigated properly to where you need to be. But from your dashboard, you should be able to enter my course by clicking on the card that has the pretty little blue bonnets. It kind of gives us a little bit of springtime view, even though we might be self-isolating, quarantining, social distancing, or whatever you want to call it during this really bizarre time. So go ahead and get clicked on. You probably already are clicked on. But when you come to the course, the very first home page is going to be your modules. And the reason that I put this on your modules is because everything we do is organized into modules. Okay, you can see the course objectives are here. These are the things that we aspire to learn as we're in the course. You have your textbook and inquisitive information, which we're going to get to in just a moment. So anytime you need to access your inquisitives, you can go to this module and do that. And like I said, we'll look at that in just a moment. And then this is where you need to begin. Your housekeeping and introductory information, all right? So you'll click on this, you'll go to the welcome, the housekeeping items, you'll read through this information if you would like to. This down here is just a little bit of information about me. It is not tested on anything, just gives you my background, gives you my credentials, and sometimes I think it's a little bit helpful knowing who you're going to be dealing with throughout the term. And so I'm going to be asking you to introduce yourselves in just a moment, and so likewise, I like to have a little introduction of myself. This is the family picture of me and my family. It's about 1.5 years old. I need to really update it. My kids are 2 and 4 now, so this is just a little bit dated, but that's okay. So you can begin by scrolling through this particular module. You can do that by going to the next button down here, and it'll take you to the next piece of information that you need to do, or simply click back into the module, and you need to go through all of these things that I have listed in the module, and that goes for each one of the things that we have here. Okay, as we get into Unit 1, every unit has a little bit of background information. Then the next card, the next tab in your module will be your required readings. It will be, the quizzes that you need to take for inquisitive, your reading quizzes, how to access those, and then your video lectures. You will have a certain amount of video lectures regarding the information that you've covered. I really suggest that you watch these. They are, can be a little bit long. This one's 29 minutes. This one's 22, but I suggest that you watch these and take notes over them so that it will help you as you progress through the course, okay? I don't do those simply for fun. I do those to assist you in understanding what it is that you are reading, what it is that you are dealing with, okay? So if we click back to Unit 1, you have those required readings, and then you have any assignments that will be done will have its own little card. Because you do have a little bit more reading in Unit 1 than you will have in other units, I didn't really assign much extra work or assignments. You will have to do your readings, your inquisitive assignments, and then you'll have to take sort of the end-of-unit quiz, which is no big deal. Okay, every quiz will be looked at here. You'll have the information. And it will sort of look like this to you. And then you can take the quiz, you submit it, and you get your grade. You moved on, and it'll automatically populate into your grade category, okay? And so if we look at another unit, this one, you have less reading to do, so you have another quick assignment. that you will be doing regarding some of the individuals. Now, understand that each unit of study is only about 4 days long. And so you need to be on the ball. You have no time to waste. Read your assignments, take your inquisitives, do the activities, and move on. And if you get finished before the 4 days is up, feel free to move on to the next thing. Okay, it's really sort of self-paced because, like I said, we are really condensing a lot of information down into 5 weeks, and sometimes that can become a little bit difficult. Okay, so you will have all of the information that you need in the modules section. Okay, you can access those modules by clicking home, clicking modules, whatever the case. It's going to get you to where you need to be. Now, obviously, you will need to look at the syllabus because you will have a quick syllabus quiz over the information contained. Listen, I get that it's a 5-week course. It's kind of short, but my syllabus is 12 pages long because the college makes me put so much stuff in there. All of this information, the first 4 pages, is college stuff, is the stuff that I have to put in there. And so you want to jot or, kind of roll through this, jog through it. Look here, this is my specific information. This will tell you our grading policy, reading quizzes, and inquisitive. That's going to count the most. What will happen is every time you take an inquisitive, it will average those grades together, and it'll populate your average of your reading quizzes into the grade book into one column. Your assignments, these other things that I have you do, are 20%, and then your exams are 30%. And it doesn't seem like a lot in exams for 30%, but understand you only have 2 exams that will count for that 30%. So this just goes through the information that you will need to know, you will need to take care of. And so read through it. I've highlighted some things that are of importance, and so if I were you, I would pay particular attention to those things, especially as I take that quiz, that syllabus quiz. Okay. I would really suggest that you look at this late work policy because it's extremely important, especially in a 5-week course about late work. First of all, it's my biggest pet peeve. I see it as a sort of disrespect because I put a lot of time and effort into preparing the course for you to try to get as much out of it with the time that we have together. And so late work really just sort of grates on my nerves. And so I do have a policy here, and so I would suggest that you look through that. Now, I realize that we're in bizarre times. We've got this coronavirus going around, the COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. We have different challenges that we are having to meet in an effort to win this battle against the this pandemic. And so I am lenient to a point, and I am fair. Okay. And so just understand that. Above all, I do try to make sure that you learn something in this course. I get that nobody is taking this course for fun. I understand that this is a required part of your core curriculum, that you are forced to take this. But it is my genuine hope that you get something out of it. This is Texas government. This is going to be government that really affects you. The closer you get to the individual person in regards to the level of government, they're going to have a larger effect on your life. And so local government really affects you, state government even more so. And we always typically pay more attention to the federal government, who's the president, etc., because we see that it's a little bit more sexy than some of these state politics. But in actuality, you're going to be much more directly affected by the things that the state and the local government put into effect. And so I do hope you get something out of this, okay? And I also endeavor to be fair. But one of my philosophies is what is fair isn't always equal, and what is equal is not always fair. And so together we will judge these situations on a case-by-case basis. Then you get down to sort of the outline of the course. Now, understand I say this is a living document because it can be altered at my discretion, meaning, we have 5 weeks together. If we're not getting something, if we need to spend more time on something, if we need to go ahead and move past something in order to meet the needs of our course, then we will, okay? Also understand I am a human being, and I make mistakes. I am extremely, extremely flawed. I make mistakes all the time. Feel free to point those out to me. Okay. Now, if it's a spelling error or some kind of an error in grammar or something, push past it. I'll probably catch it at some point. If there is an error on dates or on times or a clarification that you need, reach out to me. Contact me in some way. Okay. And so you're going to want to look through your syllabus. Up here is my contact information. You can email me at my MC email. Here's my phone number. Calls and texts are fine. I do have 2 small children, and so we do go to bed a little bit early around my house. So if you text me or call me after 8 p.m., I can't guarantee a response until the next day. And then you can also Canvas message me as well. Okay, so go through the syllabus. You're going to take the syllabus quiz. You're also going to take what's called a netiquette quiz. You're going to look at some netiquette information, etiquette on the internet, and you're going to take that quiz. In fact, I'm going to put that right there. Then you're going to take the syllabus quiz. Then you're going to do your certification assignment. And you've got to do these things no later than really April 15th. You want to get these done, and I realize that's very quickly, but April 16th as well. I have to certify my rosters on the 17th, which is only a few days after we begin the course. This means that if you have not participated in some way by April 17th, you will be dropped from the course. And the way that you will participate is by taking part in those quizzes, but especially doing this quick introductory activity. Okay, so make sure you read through that. You are also going to want to respond to 2 of your classmates just to kind of get us flowing together. A lot of the stuff is self-paced, but it helps to understand who's in the course with you and who you might be able to rely on for some helpful information other than myself if you should need it. Okay. Now, one other thing that we need to look at is your textbook. Okay, textbook information. We will be utilizing Governing Texas 4th edition by Champagne, Harpham, and Casellas, and you will need the access code for this information because you will need to utilize the online quiz program. There is an ebook option if you don't mind an ebook. It comes with a code for the online information for $45, and you can navigate to this page in order to purchase that. Okay. Or you can purchase a book, but make sure whatever you do, you get the learning tools as well. You need a registration code, okay? And so make sure that you are purchasing not only a copy of the book, but also a copy of your access code that you will need in addition to that physical book or that ebook that you get, okay? Now, when you get your access code for Inquisitive from the textbook, do not, I'm telling you, do not Google a login for W.W. Norton or anything of that nature. The way that you will do this is you will go to these modules, you'll click on Inquisitives, you'll load Inquisitives in a new window, and it'll take you through the process here of registering your information. Obviously, I'm already registered. But anytime you take a Inquisitive reading quiz activity, you must access it through Canvas. This link that I'm giving you in Canvas. You cannot access it any other way because it's linked to my class and it automatically populates the gradebook. So if you access it through a different site, it's probably going to ask you for a course code. You don't have one. Okay, or if for some reason you're able to register, your information from another site, another login other than the Canvas login, it's not going to populate your grades. You're not going to receive any of the grades that you need for your Inquisitives. And remember, Inquisitives are worth 50% of your grade. All right. So make sure that you always, anytime that you are going to take an Inquisitive, an activity for me on reading, you go through this particular, link here in your textbook and Inquisitives section. Click here. Okay. So make sure you do that. It will pop you up for this. You will load it in the new window. Okay. All right, I think that covers a lot of the stuff that I wanted to cover with you in this quick 15-minute video. It's just an introduction to the course. I hope that you will take the time to listen to this, and please, 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 anytime that you need assistance, reach out to me. Do not sit in darkness, okay? Make sure that you get the help that you might potentially need, all right? I'm here for you. Stay well, stay safe. Um, Make sure that you take care of all of the guidelines CDC is giving us, and together we will defeat this pandemic, this global pandemic that is causing so much havoc on our state and our nation. Looking forward to working with you.